I like the Commanders at 3.5. I don't know how I feel about them at 5.5, Chelsa. What say you?
I think it's going to be tough for the Bears if the Commanders can establish the run. And so far, it feels like everybody has been able to establish the run against the Bears. They're giving up 6.2 yards per carry. That is the worst mark in the NFL. And we've seen what Bill Croskey-Merritt has been doing for the Commanders. And when you have somebody like Jayden Daniels, who I know it doesn't look like he's 100%, but like it feels like he's well enough to lead this offense, especially against a leaky Bears defense. So my only question would be, Jenks, how much do you trust the Commanders defense?
Well, that is the big question, right? I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I really do. And the thing about the Commanders' defense is that while the secondary has shown signs of improvement, they have also shown the ability to give up the big play. Like, you can score on the Commanders, particularly in one-on-one situations. Can Caleb Williams take advantage of that? I don't know. The one thing that Washington did very good last week is that the Chargers would drive on them, and then they would get critical turnovers, inside the red zone, and that really saved them. I think they can do that tonight. And also, even against this Commanders secondary, I'm not quite so sure how much I trust Caleb Williams yet. He took a huge step forward against the Cowboys a couple weeks ago, and the Bears have had an extra week off, but also that Cowboys secondary is trash. Ben Johnson calling plays, Caleb Williams against the secondary, he will have success. But throughout the course of a game, I also feel like Caleb Williams could make an error or two, even if it's unforced, that ends up being the difference.
Okay, so I'm building my same game parlay because it's a primetime game. I want a same game parlay. So, first leg, and I think we both like this, 50-plus rushing yards for Jacory, Croskey-Merritt. And then you combine it with either, I'm going to give you two options, Commanders money line, or we go with a dumbed-down total. So which do you feel more confident in? The fact that, maybe we'll see a lot of points in this one, or the fact that the Commanders win?
That's a good question. I just feel like the Commanders are going to win this game. They're at home. They got a huge win against the Chargers, and JD5 is back. Jayden Daniels took about a quarter to settle in against LA, and then he really got it going. And honestly, he'll be even healthier this week. I don't know if he's going to wear that brace or not. He probably will, out of, just a precautionary stance from the team. But the Bears are showing improvement in fits and starts. I just think the Commanders are a better overall team. And honestly, if you like the Commanders on the money line, the money is moving in their direction, right? The number has moved from 3.5 to 5.5. So I'm going to take Bill and his rushing prop plus Commanders money line. Depending on where you want to get Bill, you can get that at plus money or minus money if you want to go 50-plus yards or 60-plus yards.
Yeah, 50-plus, and the Commanders money line is minus 130. So at the same price, you could get Bill Croskey-Merritt 50-plus or over 42.5. That's minus 130 as well. Or you could combine them all, Jenks, for plus 132. So if you want to thread the needle, I feel like that's a solid play.
Chelsa, do it. I mean, you're the parlay queen on this show. You going to put that in? Stir the pot. Do it.
But that's part of the fun of primetime games, Jenks, is I feel like I can really hone in on one game, which we're just kind of throwing the other game away. But I love same game parlays. Why would you not craft one? Because I know we talk about making sharp bets in the plus EV money moves, but sometimes it's just fun to have parlay. So I'm going to have one.
Yeah, as long as you have the right expectation, which is this is probably not going to hit most of the time, but there are times when it does. Always feels good. And also, isn't it fun to have multiple bets during a primetime game? You can keep up with them all the while one game is going on. That's half the fun.
I asked this the other day to somebody, I forget who. Who do you think is the most miserable to watch a game with? Somebody who's betting on the under or somebody who has a player prop? Who's simply rooting for one player? That can be pretty obnoxious as well.
That's true. Why are you throwing to Roma Dunze? Throw it to, he's open. It's dude, that was a running play. It's a first down, okay? They got 5 yards. They're trying to win a game here. I was going to say the under, but you might be right. Because sometimes you can get a defensive battle and it's still good football. You don't necessarily have to have offense for it to be a great game, but just yelling for one guy to get all the touches at the expense of everyone else. I think you may be right about that. I do have a bet on Monday Night Football. Let's do this. Bill Croskey-Merritt, 50-plus rushing yards plus Commanders' money line is minus 130. If you want to go Bill, 60-plus yards and Commanders' money line, that is plus 120 if you want some plus money there. This number has skyrocketed in the props market. So this opened with Croskey-Merritt sitting at 63.5 rushing yards. It's at 70 and a half now, which is absolutely stupid. But the reason why is that this is true strength versus true weakness. The Commanders average more yards per carry than any team in the National Football League, the best rushing team. The Bears have the worst rushing defense in the NFL. They allow more than 6 yards per carry. Look at what Bill did last week against the Chargers. That was his real coming out party. 14 carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Most carries he has had all season. I think he's going to be fed even more tonight. He will be the key for the Commanders. And even though Washington likes to talk about running back by committee, they've also said if a guy gets hot or we go throughout the season, we will keep feeding the guy who gives us the best chance to win. Bill is that guy. As for the Commanders on the money line, this number opened at Commanders -3. Liked it there, don't like it at Commanders -5.5, which is where it sits now. So money coming in on Washington. Ultimately, I think the Commanders can take advantage of the Bears on the ground. I'm not quite sure I trust Caleb Williams just yet, despite that really good performance against Dallas. And this is a revenge spot for the Commanders. Make no mistake. I know this is going to trickle down throughout the team. They all know the Commanders interviewed Ben Johnson for their head coaching job. Before Dan Quinn, Commanders brass was in the air. On their way to Chicago, Ben Johnson would not pick up the phone. That is disrespectful. I'm telling you, this team, this franchise, has not forgotten about that. They had the momentum after last week's win against the Chargers. Let's go. Bill, 50-plus rushing yards, Commanders money line, -130.